Blog Talk Radio.
Warning. What you are about to hear are the views of Travis Pope and the Oklahoma Tomcat and is not supported by the government. Agreeing with the hosts of this show could cause you to be targeted by the government and government agencies. You have been warned.
Colorado.
Oh, good morning, New York.
Man, you sound so awake.
I am so tired.
Man, wake up. Here, let's try it again. Because that was total fail. That was total fail. All right, let's try again. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, Colorado.
Good morning, New York.
Yeah, that's better. Just edit that first part out, okay? And we're missing Travis. His truck broke down again this morning. Actually, I guess it was last night that actually broke down.
He's got the Obama truck.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna even steal that from you. We'll tell him that he's got an Obama truck. And an Obama headset too, because he messed up on the last show because he couldn't do a full 2 hours. I was in an area where I didn't have signal, so I couldn't be on at all on Monday. And he only could do a 1 hour show because his headset quit on him.
So here he is.
He's here. Oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
How are they doing on your Obama truck?
Oh, man. Well, you know what they always say, things always go wrong after the warranty expires.
Yeah, like my washer.
And the warranty has expired on this truck by 8,000 miles. So the fun thing is I get to go unload this load and then go get reloaded and drive in the blistering heat all the way to Weatherford, Oklahoma, so they can fix my truck there at the shop.
Oh, man. Well, you got the 2W AC.
Yeah, but I don't think that stuff don't work any good out here in this heat. Not in this big old thing.
Yeah.
Because you and I both know that, yeah, you could probably get away with that in a vehicle, but for some reason it's always hotter in these big old trucks.
Yes, it is. Plus that wind blows in so hard that all your papers and everything go blowing all over the place. Make sure Junior's strapped in real good so you don't blow out the window.
Yeah. I have wind-blown hair by the end of the day. I'm going to have it, they call my hair the streak.
What hair? Your hair is always so short. I doubt very much it'll blow anywheres.
Well, as heavy that wind blows through these trucks, it's going to stretch my hair out.
I remember I had a student who always loved the windows down. And, you know, he thought he was going to go ahead and roll down the windows in the truck. And those curtains flapped around so hard it slapped him in the face. He rolled that window back up. He's like, wow, that's powerful. I'm like, yeah. These trucks are aerodynamic like cars are.
And if I would have known that the warranty was out on this truck, I would have just went and unloaded and then head straight to the yard so that way it could be in the cold air.
Yeah.
But no.
So when does the warranty go out? Then what miles?
100,000.
Oh, wow.
The basic warranty, the warranty that covers like the air conditioner and stuff like that. I think the drivetrain warranty is still there. Probably for another 50,000 miles. Which the repairs of these trucks are fixing to find out. They probably should have stuck with the older version Peterbilts and stuff.
Hey, I warned everyone. I was the one that was against all those high-tech doodads and everything.
Doodads.
I'm shocked that the transmission didn't go. That's probably next.
Yeah, no, that's what happened on yours.
No. It's got to happen on yours.
Probably so, since we found since we're pretty much sure my truck was probably the first truck off the line.
Yeah, it sounds like it. They said October 2017 is when your truck was. September, yeah. Yeah, so that sounds like the first of the 2018s.
So it looks like I get to stay at the yard.
All right.
No, not all right, because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get to the yard, they're going to take my truck and put me in a different truck until they get mine fixed, and I'll probably never see this truck again.
What? Hey, maybe you'll get their old truck.
No. Their old truck is nothing but an oil-filled truck, and man. Me and you both know how dirty and nasty them oil-filled trucks get.
Yeah, because I drove that truck when I was hauling the pipes for Billy when my truck was in the shop. Maybe that's what they'll have you do.
Well, let's hope they don't. Ooh, it's already heating up out here. Hopefully I can make the whole show.
I hope so, because you know what roads I'm about to travel.
Yeah, well, I don't have a problem being on the show. It's just that everybody be able to hear me.
Tell Junior to block the curtains as they flap around.
Because it's already 70 degrees here.
Yeah, it's 64 here.
People are like, 7 degrees ain't nothing. Uh-huh.
Oh, I need to get over.
Yeah, why don't you get over?
Yeah, I was giving the trucks that passing me permission to come back in the right lane, and I looked, I was like, oops, I got to get in the left lane.
Welcome to new technology. You know what? Like I said, they don't ever make these parts anymore to last forever. You know.
Nope. Yeah, and then you have your issue with your headset.
Yeah.
Your Obama headset and your Obama truck, I'm telling you.
Yeah, at least I ain't got an Obama phone.
At least I only have an Obama phone, not an Obama headset and an Obama truck.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of Obama, have you heard what Obama's doing yet right now?
No, what?
No, you haven't?
No.
Miss Producer. Can you do me a little favor?
What's that?
Can you play the cut that says Obama takes credit? I'll let y'all hear what Obama's doing right now. When she finds it.
All right, former President Obama back on the campaign trail, taking aim at President Trump and even taking credit for the economic boom.
When you hear how great the economy is doing right now, let's just remember when this recovery started, suddenly Republicans are saying it's a miracle. I have to kind of remind them, actually, those job numbers are the same as they were in 2015, in 2016.
A lot of people have pounced on that comment. So is former President Obama really responsible for the Trump economy? Here to break it down is former Chief Economist for the U.S. International Trade Commission, Professor Peter Morici.
There you go. Is Oklahoma Tomcat still there?
Yeah, he didn't go nowhere.
Is he putting us on mute, or did he just crash his truck by listening to that?
He probably crashed his truck.
He crashed his truck. So Obama's taking credit for the current situation of our economy. How do you figure that, Obama, that you're taking credit for something you haven't even done? Your job-killing policies, your regulations, your promotion of welfare, promotion of everybody getting on student loans, yet you're trying to take credit for something you have nothing to do with. You know. Look, I'm not a fan of Trump, okay, but I'm not gonna lie, the economy is doing better under Trump. And the recovery did start, and the recovery did start happening under Trump, under Obama after the elections. And the reason why is because of consumer confidence and job and employer confidence. Businesses started investing more. Consumers started buying more, and all that when Trump was elected. So their confidence, and everybody, it's always like that. When a Democrat gets in office, the economy tanks, and when a Republican gets in office, the economy goes better. And that's because, we all know that liberals just want to tax us more and take more of our earnings, so people don't want to spend. They want to hold on to their stuff.
Huh.
So, under Republicans, they tend to spend more, and it's illusion, and it's an illusion. So we're not going to deny that, but it is what it is. You know. Oh, is that him back? Did he show up?
Yep, I'm back. DOT wanted to check my truck out and scale me, so.
Oh,
I paid DOT a visit. Yeah, I entered into New Mexico.
Yeah, we figured you drove your truck off the bridge after you heard Obama say that all this is because of him.
Yeah, I unfortunately I had to take the headset off and everything, so I don't know what all you said, but I wonder if he'll take credit when if everything goes bad under Trump. Because, I mean, it very well can. I mean, as you just said, this is an illusion. You know, we are rapidly continuing to go in debt. The debt ceiling is lifted until, I think it's March 2019. There's no debt limit. So pretty much we've handed the credit card that Obama accused Bush of using and Obama ended up using and now Trump is using. Now we've handed that credit card off to a teenager and said, you know what, there ain't no credit limit on that credit card. Go ahead and spend. That's what we've done. You know, so now it's only a matter of how much money we can spend before it comes back and bites us in the butt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm wondering if Obama, now he's taking credit for, you know, the great economy, which, by the way, if I remember correctly, he said that, you know, that the economy is going to be bad and it's going to be Trump's fault. I wonder if he'll continue taking credit if it goes bad under Trump. Or if all and every president does that. Every president does that. They're always like, oh, yeah, the economy's great because of me, when here they're already out of office. And I've even heard
No. Bush never did. Bush, when he got out, he shut up and sat down.
Yeah, Bush never did. But the Republicans did. Republicans spoke for Bush, though, because if Republicans, when Obama started out and the economy was looking like it was improving before it went rapidly bad again, they were saying, oh, well, it takes 2 years for, you know, a president's policy to, you know, 2 years after they're out of office for the effects take place. So everything up to 2 years is a previous president's credit, according to both Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah.
But of course, Bush really couldn't take credit because he knew what was going to happen. Bush put us in huge debt. You know, I think Bush kind of knew. Well, you know, I did create this debt.
Yeah. So there's certain things that I could look at that you know, we could sit here and say, well, everything that happens 2 years after the previous president is the previous president's doing. So that would make that this economy is doing good because of Obama. But we also have to look at that almost practically everything that Obama did, Trump reversed as soon as he got in.
Yeah. Which, to tell you the truth, that kind of backs up the whole thing with, you know, this is just an illusion, because those policies being undone, and then suddenly, like instantaneously, the economy is doing good, wouldn't make much sense. In fact, if you remember, everything started looking good even before Trump got elected, which would kind of make it look like Obama. I'm not saying Obama deserves credit because we know his policies are bad for business. But that would make it look that way. Because if you remember, before he was even elected, I remember posting on Facebook, I was like, come on, Republicans. He's not even in office yet. You already had companies saying they're going to come back and they're going to hire more people and build more in America, and Trump's not even in office yet. They were saying this even before his policies even got, they were just going by his words. And we know that the status God's all lie, but yet they're banking on it. And that kind of fact, that is proof that a lot of what goes on right here and now is all based on how good we feel. It's a feel-good thing. We it's like the stock markets. The stock markets are run totally on the emotions of the people holding the stocks. Do they think things are going to go good? Do they think it's going to go bad? Is the company going to do good? Is the company going to go bad? And they sell and buy according to that. In fact, I've heard some people that do stocks, they'll say that they'll wait until all the stocks are sold and then they'll buy them up because, they're banking on the fact that that company will suddenly start doing good again, and they buy the stocks real cheap then. Of course, that's a risk also because generally after all, if a company's stock, much of the company's stocks are sold, the company can't hold on to the company anymore because they don't have any money. But Obama even taking credit, to me is like, all right, you're taking credit. Oh shoot, based on what's going on right here and now, and we don't even know what's going to happen, in the near future even.
Well, like me and you've discussed many times. This is we're dealing with the I want it now generation. We're not dealing with what's going to happen in the future. We're not dealing with what's going to end up going on with our kids and their grandkids. And you can't get and it's hard to get the public and the politicians to look at it. If any of our listeners want an idea, look at your kids and just think, how would they feel if they couldn't buy food, couldn't pay for utilities? Just look at them and just think about that, because right now you don't think about it. What do they say? What do they say? What is the saying about I can't even think of the saying. Something on the long lines of you don't think about it until it's happening to you.
Hindsight's always 20/20.
Well, that part, but there's actually a saying, I can't remember at it right this point. But the thing is that in the end, like for instance, Edith, you got a kid, don't you?
Yep.
Just think, and it could happen in next year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, or something like that. But just think your son not being able to buy a loaf of bread and some bologna, all because the economy tanked due to the national debt. Because
but we don't even have to look in the future on that. Look at now. How many kids go off to college and are now living with mom and dad? You know, how many? We are now currently living in a society where a lot of adult kids are living with mom and dad, and all you have to do is think, what happens? In fact, I see it with. I know someone where this is happening. The parents are now elderly and unable to work. And the kids themselves cannot hold a job. You know, we're currently living in that society now. So, all you parents who have your adult kids living with you, what happens when you can no longer work, when you can't do it, and you're watching your house, everything you worked for all your life start disappearing, and your child unable to keep it all.
Well, kids, we all know why it's disappearing is because the children are pawning that shit.
actually, more like the debt collectors are coming and collecting it all. So I mean, we don't even have to look that far in the future on that. It's just like what you say, though. Everybody's sort of here and now. What feels good now?
Yeah. Give me what I want now. We'll worry about the future when it gets there. But what if the future, because you can't buy food or anything like that, your child becomes the pig on the blanket that's being roasted over an open fire because there's no food. Just think about that.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you. And I know a lot of libertarians and stuff are not Christians, and they don't think about this. But the Bible tells us in these times where people will eat their own kids for food. It says it in there.
Well, here's something else the Bible says that everyone should be thinking about, even if you're not a Christian, because this saying should go true for everyone, no matter what your belief is. A man that leaves his child inheritance loves his child. A man who leaves his child in debt hates his child. So what does that say about adults today that continue to allow the government to put our children in debt? Because that's exactly what's happening.
You know what would be good is post that scripture with the national debt clock link.
I'll do that. Yep, that's a good idea. Well, here we got 5 minutes, right?
We got 2.
2 minutes. All right. Well, here's one thing we can do. Everyone stock up on superfoods. And where you want to go to get that superfood is at, I have it here. So give me 1 minute. I better do it fast, don't I?
Yep.
livepure.com/PTAT. That's Papa Tango, or as Travis and I like to call it, Patat. Go there, and they sell lots of different products there that are good health products, okay? A lot of good healthy foods and stuff like that. But the one thing that caught my eye is greens. That's the name of the product, greens. One of the big problems we have is a lot of people do not eat enough vegetables. You eat your daily allowance, don't you, Edith?
No, I don't.
Well, and that sadly is true with most Americans. We don't eat enough greens. And another problem is with people with diabetes is eating enough fruit, because fruit contains both carbohydrates, and fructose. Okay, so like I can't eat enough fruit, my daily allowance of fruit. Okay, and that is why I take the superfoods, greens, and the fruit. Well, this here, greens, has both in it, both the super fruit and the super greens. And what's the benefit of this is that there is no sugar in it. Okay, unlike your fruits and your vegetables. But it is pure vegetables and fruit. And what's even best about this is it has stevia. For those of you who do not know what stevia is a natural sweetener. It comes from a plant. And it is safe for diabetics. I've tested this myself. I had stevia on the truck, and I took a spoonful of it. 2 hours later, tested my blood sugar, and it did not affect it at all. But it is super, super sweet. Let me tell you something. That spoonful was extremely sweet. It's 4 times sweeter than regular sugar. But it does not affect your glucose level. All right. So go to livepure.com/PTAT. Go there, check out their products, but especially look up that greens, because that there will give you your daily allowance of fruits and vegetables that you need for the day, even if you're like our producer and eat very, very, very unhealthy. That's livepure.com/PTAT. We'll be back after these messages. Get some there, Miss Producer. You need it. Lots of it. Lots of it. That way someone in the economy tanks that they'll eat.
The Liberty National Network.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. But every driver seeks the pinnacle of their achievements. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
You may have doubts about healthcare sharing. I know we did. We studied literature about Samaritan Ministries, but we feared that it was just too risky. Instead, as our health insurance premiums went up each year, we would increase our deductible to reduce the premium. And then the inevitable happened. We had to use our insurance. We had a medical need that included tests, doctor visits, and even outpatient surgery treatment that totaled over $7,000, and it was all out of pocket. It took us 3 years to pay off, even after several of our healthcare providers reduced their charges. And we finally took a leap of faith and joined Samaritan.
Each month, we get to give to an actual person with a medical need. We pray for them and put them in the hands of the Lord for physical, emotional, and financial strength and healing. There's no way to fully express that pleasure and joy. During the first year we were members, we had a medical need, and it was all provided for. And the strength, peace, and healing from prayer.
Last year, our son was injured on a mission trip, 1,200 miles from home. The bills for the emergency room, doctors, stitches, and prescriptions totaled $5,300. But every last cent was provided for. In fact, last year we had 2 more needs, and each time our Samaritan family came through.
I worked in healthcare for 10 years, from front desk through billing. I would recommend Samaritan instead of any insurance product out there. Insurance has no assurances. In fact, it seems everything is written in such a way that there will be no assurance at your time of need. We just wish that we had trusted in God's provisions sooner.
It is such a blessing to come alongside our brothers and sisters in Christ and share in each other's healthcare burdens. And there's such a peace and joy knowing that God is answering our prayers, bringing healing and providing for our needs.
Hi, I'm Eric, a student at Hillsdale College. Here is President of Hillsdale College, Dr. Larry Arnn, on natural rights versus entitlements.
America was founded on the idea that human beings are born with natural rights, such as the rights to life, liberty, and property. A person who holds this view of rights makes no demands on others except that they respect those rights. Today, however, many Americans talk about rights to a college education, state-of-the-art medical care, and even birth control pills. These are rights understood as entitlements, and a person who holds this view of rights, far from making no demands on other people, is making claims on other people's money and resources. This understanding of rights not only sets citizens against each other, but it undermines the whole idea of natural rights.
This Constitution Minute was brought to you by Hillsdale College. To receive a free pocket Constitution and Declaration, go to constitutionminute.com.
Miss Producer is also known as Miss Giggles. You are listening to Political T&T on the Liberty National Network. If you want to be part of the show, dial 914-338-1906 and then press 1.
Welcome back to the show. And the witches are very, very angry. Yeah, we got another group of people who are mad about cultural appreciation, or what is it called? Cultural appreciation. Appropriation. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's a made-up word. It's a made-up word.
Appropriation. Real quick, what verse was that you quoted?
I have to wait until I get stopped to look it up. I just remember it because I've used it before for that very same subject about putting our kids in debt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to look it up.
Okay, so
I got it bookmarked.
Are the witches mad, or they don't start casting spells?
They're just mad. Yeah, it's another thing with cultural appropriation that we hear about so much. You know, you can't cook. In fact, I remember it happened up in Washington State. You had these girls that went down to Mexico. They loved the food so much, and they started learning to cook it themselves. And when they went back to Washington State, they opened up a restaurant, and they got shut down because the people were boycotting them for cultural appropriation. So, you know, you can't in any way do or dress or cook like another culture that you are not. And now the witches jumped on the bandwagon. And what the story is...
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Isn't it? Because I always thought, growing up, that it would be very nice if someone, you know, mimicked my culture, you know, wanted to be part of the culture. I mean, that would be flattering, right?
And if that was such a big deal, then people that are not Italian should not make ziti. or spaghetti or any of that.
Hey, if a cultural appropriations is is the big thing now, then if you're not Irish, you better not celebrate if you're not Irish, you better not celebrate Halloween. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Or St. Patrick's Day.
Or St. Patrick's Day.
Native American, Irish, and Dutch food.
Yeah, you're breaking up, man. Did you call in on your Obama phone, or are you calling in on AT&T?
No.
Uh-oh. He called in on his Obama phone. His Obama phone working on him again.
I hear you guys.
You were very.
You guys hear me?
Now we hear you.
Oh, okay. Probably that little valley I hit back there. Well, the last time I heard "uh-oh," it was when I said, I guess I could cook on. To say, I thought you were replying to the fact I only could cook those 3 things, and I'm in trouble, you know.
Well, you are in trouble for only cooking those 3 things.
Yeah, I would be in trouble because, Native American dishes. In fact, my wife can cook Native American, and when I try to cook the food, she's like, "You cook like a white man." I'm like, well, I guess that's because I'm 2/3 white, I guess.
Yeah. So no, but if you're not Irish, you can't celebrate Halloween. You can't celebrate St. Patty's Day because those are Irish holidays.
Well, let me explain this Wiccan thing because it is hilarious. It really is. I'm sorry to all the Wiccans out there that might be listening to our show, but this is hilarious.
They're going to put
a
spell on
clear,
you.
right?
Yeah.
Man.
Sounds kind of witchy.
Witchy. All right. So Sephora, which is a cosmetic company, a huge one, put out a Wiccan starter kit that they were going to sell starting October, right, for Halloween. Yeah. And what the starter kit included was sage, rose quartz crystals, perfumes, and even tarot cards. And
I
it was going to sell for. You better watch. You better ask for permission from a Wiccan first. And it was going to sell for $42. All right. The Wiccans got so mad about this because they said that they were doing it not for the appreciation of the spells and all that, but for profit. And basically, they were saying, it's terrible. They're using their religion for profit. Why not use these other religions for profit? Hold on, Christianity. I think there's a lot of profit made in Christianity, isn't there?
Yes, there is a lot, and a lot of it's fake.
Yes, exactly. And that's what the Wiccans were mad at. About this, and they were criticizing them for appropriate. How about Christian appropriation?
You know what? A lot of people think that doing the Wiccans, I don't know why the witchcraft community is really would even get upset, because most of the people that do all that or want to be a Wiccan is fake anyway, because they don't know what they're doing.
No, it's all because it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah, they do it for show.
A lot of people don't even
They do it for show.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know what the Wiccan belief is.
No.
And
you find a lot of that.
Yes, you do. And a lot of it has to do with Hollywood and all that. But also, throughout history, it's always been one of them things that's been appropriated. Halloween, what's one that, I don't know if it still is been one of the most common costumes that little girls dress up as. Exactly. For me, it was Dracula. I guess I appropriated Dracula, didn't I? Cultural appropriation. I'm very sorry to all the real vampires out there.
No, you appropriated Transylvania.
I guess I have to apologize to all vampires out there. I also have to apologize to Superman because, that was another thing I always loved was dressing up as Superman.
Did we lose him?
I mean,
no.
Am I still here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And another one is Ghost. Oh, man, all the ghosts, all the ghosts that end up getting cultural appropriated.
Yeah, you know how many dead people are probably mad about that?
I know, right? I mean, gee. Hollywood really needs to apologize to a lot of people for cultural appropriation. The Walking Dead,
yeah,
zombies, the zombie community might be very mad about that.
They make things look very easy and very fun.
Let's walk around eating people's brains. That's, yeah. Hey, then you wouldn't have to worry about our debt ceiling. You think about it. We all should think about that because, I mean, when the economy tanks and there's no food to go around being zombies and eat people's brains.
Well, just feed a bunch of people some
shoot, that would be starvation.
just feed a lot of people bath salts and they'll become zombies.
Hey, yeah. But then, now thinking about that's actually a bad idea because, there's a lot of stupid people out there and they wouldn't be very nutritious.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
If you notice that zombies quit eating brains and now they just eat flesh.
Yeah.
There's
might be a reason for that.
Yeah, if they was just gonna eat brains, they would probably starve.
Yeah. That you got a point there.
So there was a transition from brains to flesh.
Got a point there. But it is real stupid about this whole cultural appreciation. Appropriation or whatever you want to call the stupid word, the stupid saying. Because, like I said before, I find it flattering when someone does what I do. And that's why we should look at it. I mean, the Native American, I know Oklahoma, the Native American culture and stuff like that is dying, okay? Shouldn't they want to invite outsiders in to try to keep it alive? Because their kids ain't keeping it alive, that's for sure.
Yeah, you'd figure that, and I remember last year, or not last year, but a couple of years ago, especially under the Obama administration, when they had some girls that was going to dress up as, I'm probably going to get chewed out by some Asian women on this one, geisha costumes for Halloween. And
yeah, I remember that.
And they threw a fit over that, Okay, so geisha, they're going to dress the girls up as Japanese prostitutes.
That's a very popular thing.
Yeah,
why? Because they're very pretty.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of different things that I've read about that. Geishas were underage girl prostitutes that only did anal. You couldn't touch them. You couldn't do them the other way. You could only do anal.
That's disgusting. Oh my goodness. Did anyone look this up before they put a damn costume on to look like some underage butthole whatever they are? Did anyone? I think it's terrible when I laugh at it when people copy stupid things and they don't even know what it is.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different things I've read about it, but one of them was that they were underage prostitutes. Okay, so you're dressing your little daughter up as an underage prostitute. Okay,
well,
cool.
They're now you're cultural appropriating two cultures. The prostitute community, which should be offended, and the Asian community, which should be offended. Man,
yeah,
I bet they got attacked big time.
Whoever does their child up as a underage prostitute for Halloween, you get the number one parent award.
Yeah, because you got a lot of people that copy things and don't look into them.
No, they do it for looks. That's all it is. It looks pretty.
Yep.
That looks so cute. Yeah, I bet she don't look so cute when she's in an Asian's bedroom getting undressed, about to get reamed.
There's a reason why they look so cute, right?
Yep.
About to be sold.
Yeah.
Anytime you sell something, you gotta make it look good.
Ew.
Yeah, I remember when that was.
Yeah, everybody was throwing a fit like, they're cultural appropriating, and I'm like, I'm sitting over here. You're dressing her up like an underage prostitute.
I would have been like, you're culturally appropriating a prostitute. How dare you?
Mom.
An underage one at that.
Hey, back when I was in high school, I used to work at Whataburger in high school. And I'm not gonna lie, I liked Halloween back then because all my classmates would be coming in there, all them high school girls, all of my class and all that would be coming in there dressed up like prostitutes. I was like, oh yeah.
They dress up like prostitutes.
They would. Halloween is the only time, Halloween is about the Day of the Dead. It's not about prostitutes. It's not about it. And if you really want to get into the history of it, it's about druids who were going around knocking on people's doors, looking for a sacrifice, and they eventually killed somebody that night. Ancient druidism. And if you didn't give them a proper gift, two things that would happen. One, if you gave them a good gift, they'd put a jack-o'-lantern on your doorstep, which was to ward off any bad magic. And if they didn't like it, in a lot of the historical accounts, they would kill the person right there and put a pentagram on there or some type of marking on their door in their blood.
That sounds like a good holiday.
Yeah, there was nothing good about Halloween back then. It was a sacrifice to the god of the underworld in Celtic religion. By the Druids. It's not something that was supposed to be good. And here we are, running around asking for candy. The trick-or-treat thing came from the Druids going around knocking on people's door looking for a proper sacrifice.
I think that's a lot of man-made holidays, though. I think a lot of them are that way. I mean...
Yeah, a lot of them come from either pagan rituals or...
Look at Easter. Isn't Easter one, too, though? With the eggs and the woman with the fertility.
Now you're fixing to get me started on something that me and Oklahoma Tomcat there is going to throw around. This is why I don't celebrate any of these holidays. I don't celebrate Halloween, I don't celebrate Christmas, and I don't celebrate Easter because of their roots. I keep the biblical holidays. I keep strictly the biblical holidays.
I don't celebrate Easter. I don't celebrate Easter because I already know what it means, and I don't celebrate that.
I celebrate the God-approved holiday.
Miss Producer, you should know what Christmas is too, because we used to talk about it growing up.
I do know what Christmas is, but see, I got a lot of people. Yeah, I do ignore that one.
She just ignores
there's a lot of people that give me gifts.
Hey. Hey, even the Bible tells me not to refuse gifts. I don't celebrate it, and you're not going to get a gift from me on Christmas. We keep Hanukkah, okay? You're not going to get a gift from me on Christmas. You're not going to get a gift from me on Christmas. You're not going to get a gift from me from Christmas. But if you want to give me one, that's fine. But I'm not giving you one. So normally after 1 year of not giving gifts on Christmas, you don't normally receive anymore, because that's all it is. That's all it's all about. I give to you and you give to me. That's all it's all about. And normally after the first year, if you don't give to anybody, they're already talking bad about you behind your back, and they're calling you David Koresh, and they're saying, that cheap Scrooge, he ain't getting nothing from me this year. He didn't give me anything last year. Of course. So you're not breaking my heart. I tell you what, though, is Hanukkah breaks my bank account every year. I tell you that. I've got 4 kids and a wife. I got to supply one gift a day for 8 days.
That's cool.
So you do
that is cool.
You do the math. 8 times 5.
Well, if you guys want to give me a gift, whether it's Christmas, Easter, Hanukkah, or whatever you want, get me some from truckers-defense.com. Actually, give me some cartridges for my taser. I can use them. That way, so during Halloween, I can tase all the evil spirits that come around my door.
Oh, no.
Actually, those evil spirits are sadists. They come around my door. I can tase them all. That's all I'll do. I'll start a new Halloween.
Well, those evil spirits are really entitled little brats that come knocking on your door that probably do need to be tased once in a while because their parents don't whoop their butts at home. There you go.
There we go. We'll start a new holiday. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, the taser, not tase the kid not. There you go. The taser holiday.
Yeah, actually we could do it. Here you go. Hunting the statists. That's what we'll do. But if you guys want to look for a good gift for somebody, it's truckers-defense.com. Great gift for someone going to college or your spouse or anyone to be able to defend themselves, especially if that person doesn't want to carry a gun or can't carry a gun, such as Travis and I. We can carry a gun in certain states, but it's a lot of headache and, knowing all the state laws and stuff like that, and then have to disassemble it when you get into the states where you can't carry it. So the easiest thing to carry is a taser. And also the other good thing is if you're the type of person like myself that doesn't really want to take someone's life, a taser is also a great alternative to be able to get rid of the threat of somebody coming after you without killing them. A taser is also good even if you have a gun, because of the fact that if someone is a threat but they're not, threatening your life, you can use the taser instead of using your gun. But a great place to go to get tasers and also stun guns, if that's your preference for some odd reason. Truckers-defense.com is the place to go. There you can find a lot of different things, including I saw on there I think it was a flashlight and a stun gun. Is that correct there, Travis? Did you see that on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's quite unique.
Yeah, it's called a strike light.
Yeah. But go there and check out all their products. You got several of them, including the cartridges for your taser. Truckers-defense.com. Go there, check it out. We'll be back after these messages. And I do not recommend. By the way, Truckers-Defense probably does not recommend you tasing statists just because they're statists. That's.
The Liberty National Network.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is like busy, you know? I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
Horses are non-threatening. They're a majestic, magnificent creature. We see guys and gals find a great sense of inner peace and calmness as they start listening to the breathing of the horse, and they start grooming the horse, and they start being around the horse as much. Something magical starts happening with that connection that's hard to actually put into words, but it's palpable. You can feel it. You can feel that connection.
My name is Sterling Buckles, and I was a Lance Corporal with 2nd Battalion, 1st Marines, and I was injured in Operation Iraqi Freedom. I was actually hit in the head by a sniper bullet that penetrated through my helmet and collapsed the right side of my skull, and it was just a blessing that I survived it and got medevaced right away to Baghdad, where there was an Army brain surgeon gave me brain surgery to take all the fragments of the skull out of my brain and then put in 2 titanium plates. Coming back, I was diagnosed pretty much right away with 100% PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And so, to say the least, life has been really difficult. Horses for Heroes program has been a real blessing to my life, to where now I feel like I have more of a purpose. That's a big thing coming back, is you were so important while you were serving in the military that you come back and you don't feel like you really have a purpose anymore in life, or that you're really behind the other 20-something-year-old people that, you know, had done other choices with their lives. If I come down here and I feel really anxious and just filled with anxiety and nervous, and, you know, I spend a little bit of time with the horse, it seems like the horse calms me down and my anxiety level just starts to really drop. So you're not really caring about yourself the whole time, but you're caring about something else. Really kind of gives me you know, a good sense of accomplishment, and at the end of the day you're tired, but it's a good tired.
Hi, I'm Corinne, a student at Hillsdale College. Here is President of Hillsdale College, Dr. Larry Arnn, on the threat of bureaucratic despotism.
One of the chief sponsors of the Dodd-Frank Finance Reform Bill called that legislation, quote, about as important as it gets, because it deals with every single aspect of our lives, end quote. And how does this legislation deal with every aspect of our lives? In the most unconstitutional way. It sets up a board called the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which has the power to regulate our economic transactions independently of both the President and Congress. In other words, permanent government employees are placed in charge of us beyond the control of those we elect, the control of we the people. This is a violation of the representative form of government without which there can be no constitutional government.
This Constitution Minute was brought to you by Hillsdale College. To receive a free pocket constitution and declaration, go to constitutionminute.com.
The Liberty National Network.
Travis Pope may sound like a big bad gorilla, but he is really a big cuddly teddy bear. You are listening to Political T&T on the Liberty National Network. If you want to be part of the show, dial 914-338-1906 and then press 1.
In other words, Travis Pope is cultural appropriating gorillas.
That's racist. Oh, by the way, Edith, I don't know if you know this, but that's how me and what our discussion on the last section was about the holidays. That's how me and Joseph met. We were on a group called UPOC, and we would argue days, months, weeks, months, everything on end about those holidays. Now he just leaves me alone.
Well, because back then I would argue on religion, but I found out that, it really, in my opinion, it is not right to argue on religion. So I've stopped getting out of that and just argue politics.
Yeah, I don't argue about religion because I find, I know it sounds funny, but I find every religion really fascinating. I mean, I would love to sit down and just learn them all just to know, because I really don't know, but I find religion very fascinating.
Yeah,
I've studied a lot of religions.
I've studied a lot of them too, and that's one thing you do not want to ever get me going on, because I will start throwing things over a religion.
See, I don't. I used to argue on it and stuff, but I found that religion is really, except for the statist religion, which is a religion, by the way, that there's open game for me. But
and atheist religion.
And what?
And atheist religion.
I don't really argue too much about that. I'll get into like a debate, but if you've noticed, what I'll do with a lot of atheists is I'll turn it around on them. When they start criticizing Christianity, what I'll end up doing is I'll end up showing them that they too have faith. And let me tell you something. You've never seen an atheist go off the Richter scale until you tell them that they have faith in something. And I know exactly where to point to. Scientists, not science, scientists. Their faith is in scientists. Yep. And once I nail them on that, they go off the Richter scale. But see, I've turned them away from the religion of Christianity, because now the debate is no longer on Christianity. Now they're defending themselves. And now, to me, it's open game because that's a statist. You know, they have faith in humans, which to me is very dangerous. So that's how I get around that one. But as far as other religions go, the reason I don't get into a lot of heated discussions over them anymore and stuff like that, because it is something that's more personal. And it's very difficult to get into a discussion on something that's so personal, something that's based on a faith that person has. So that's why I started steering away from that.
I take Paul's route. He contended with them daily in the temples. Contended is the main key word there, contended.
But you notice that Paul also has spoken in their language, in other religious language too. You know, when he referred to their gods and stuff like that. A lot of times he would get to them through their own religion.
Oh, he only did that on one. He only did that on one of them. He only did that on one because there was a platform or something said to the unnamed God. That was because that town they worshipped so they tried to cover every god that they could. And so they built an altar to an unnamed God because they didn't. That just in case they missed one, they wanted to make sure they got at least all of them.
Which was hilarious.
So he used that one time, that unnamed God, because it didn't have a name. He didn't use any of the other ones. He just used that one.
But
you can't go there on the Bible.
No, you can, because that was very wise. He spoke in ways to be able to get people into the Christian. He didn't steer them away from them. He didn't chase them away. You know, he brought people to, you know, Christianity, but he brought them to God in many, many different ways. You know, instead of stalking them and trolling and which the gorilla likes to do. And which there's times I'll do that if it doesn't lead to an argument to where I know that there's no chance of me even getting to the person or getting them to understand, then I don't bother, because why bother? You know, you're throwing pearls to the swine, you know. And religion is one of those things that's very, very, very difficult. Now, I had sat down with people, you know. In fact, there was an atheist. I remember I was at one truck stop, and I was watching TV. And this one guy walks in, he sits down, and almost immediately, it was almost like he knew I was a Christian for some reason, which I don't know why, because I don't dress, you know, I don't wear a cross or anything. But he starts talking about prayer, you know, and then questioning why people even bother to pray. And so I engaged him, you know, but it turned out to be a very good discussion. But I also turned it around to show how faith works by showing him everyone has faith, which he thought was brilliant, you know. He said, man, you know, that's a good point, you know. So, you know, it wasn't so much to try to get him into Christianity. It was to show him that, you know, hey, you have faith too. But he didn't get all worked up like a lot of atheists do.
We lost Travis.
He ran away. Oh, man. Which is bad because he ran into his topic on the first half hour. We're not supposed to do that, because then this half hour we're like, okay, what's next? But I know what to talk about. He talked about it in the last on Monday's show. He apparently did get to this about the Kavanaugh hearing, and but I want to, because I missed that show, I do want to discuss something, and that is, how stupid the Democrats are being. And it's not to listen. I am extremely libertarian, so to me, both sides are stupid. But one of the bad things that irritates me a whole lot is that Democrats right now should be the ones that should be our watchdogs, because you can't depend on a Republican to keep Republicans in check. You can't look at Democrats to keep Democrats in check. That's why I did look at a lot of Republicans when Obama was in office to see what Obama was doing. But the problem is Democrats are being extremely stupid. They're pointing out stupid stuff. And one of the things they're pointing out with Kavanaugh, and they're criticizing him on, is abortion. And I got into a real heated debate with somebody over this, and telling them he ain't going to end Roe v. Wade. He ain't going to do it. Get off it. He should. And I do believe he should. And the reason he should is because, and somebody asked, they brought that up, like, why should he? The reason he should is because it was an unconstitutional ruling. It was. The 10th Amendment. That's the amendment I love so much. You got people who have their favorite amendments. A lot of Republicans, they're for the Second Amendment, which I agree with. Second Amendment is an important. All of them are important. All 10 as far as our Bill of Rights go. But the 10th is the one I really, 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 really love. And the reason why I love the 10th Amendment and why that's so important to me is because of the fact I do believe states should have more power, more rights than the federal government. And I know a lot of libertarians right now are just blowing up, because they believe all government should be weak, which I agree. Well, government should be minimal on all stages. But let me ask you all something. Who do you have more influence over? Your local government or the federal government? Who do you have more influence over, Edith? I mean, is it easier for you to tell Trump what to do? Or is it easier for you to convince your local government to see things your way? Exactly.
Yeah, local.
Because, the federal government, I'm sorry, guys. I mean, all you guys that, worship Trump and all that, all you guys that worship Obama, all you guys that worship Clinton, all you guys that worship Bush, all you guys that worship Reagan, I'm sorry. Those people do not know you. And they can prance around stage saying they understand the poor guy. No, they don't. Even Clinton. Clinton is the one president that should understand the poor person. All right? He should have. Because he is the one president that grew up. All right? I'm sorry. He got his riches off his wife, okay? He was a womanizer, all right? But he, of all presidents in recent years, in my time, he's the one that should have understood. But even look at him. He didn't know the poor person. They lived it up, right? Mm-hmm. So, it's your local government. They should have more power not because they should be ruler or king or, tell you what to do in your personal life. I'm still against that. All right? But they are the ones that I can talk to and write to. And I can also get more people in my neighborhood, which would have more influence on the laws they make or don't make than the federal government. To get the federal government on board, you need a lot more people. A lot more people. All right? Than your local government. I know my county government. Maybe if I get 3 people, I got a majority. But, you know, that's the way it should be. That's what the founding fathers set up. All right? So Roe v. Wade was illegal because nowhere in the Constitution does the federal government have that power to make laws on abortion or even what is murder or what is to determine when life starts. That should be your state. All right? Your state should have that power. And all you anti-abortion people, let me tell you guys something. Abortion is still around. There are laws on when you can have abortion and when you can't. Do you agree with that? So, Roe v. Wade did not make it legal to have an unlimited abortion. So that's on that note, okay, as far as abortion goes. Get rid of Roe v. Wade. Let the states make the laws. Let them determine when life starts. If you disagree with it, get with other people in the state to petition your local government. That will be a lot easier to do than on the federal level. If you think that someone can have abortion the day before birth, petition your state government to make it legal.
Bill, you know how many people would be against that?
That's the funny thing. That's exactly the funny thing, because you talk to someone who's against pro-abortion. If you talk to someone who's pro-abortion, go down the months. Is it okay to have abortion on month 1? Most of them will say, yeah.
Yeah.
Month 4, go on up. And there will come a point where they say, oh, no, that's too late. Well, then you're against abortion at a certain point. You believe that life begins at that point, right?
Yeah,
and that's really what the debate is. That's really what the whole debate is. When does life begin? That's not for the federal government to determine. That's for the states to determine. The people in the states to determine. Find out when life begins. Because I think majority of people believe, and it's even the founding fathers say, that one of government's job is to protect life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's the government's role. That's the ground role. So when it comes to abortion, question we must ask, when does life begin? All right. Now, on this whole Kavanaugh thing, how do you pronounce his name? The K guy. All right. The abortion should be off the table. It's a scare tactic. That's what that is, a scare tactic. All right. Oh, another thing. This is how ADD works, guys. I'm sorry. Another thing is one Travis said, back. Oh, we do. We're talking about abortion and the K guy. The one thing that somebody said to me is he wants to get rid of women's rights. Women's health, that's what it was, women's health. Abortion is not about women's health. And I stated that to her. I said, abortion is not about women's health. Still have the right to health, okay? And then they said, oh, no, it's about privacy, patient's privacy. I was like, oh, really? Well, then let me ask you this. Why can't you get abortion the day before the child is born? Yeah, if this is about privacy, why can't you do that? Why can't you and your doctor be able to? Why can't your doctor prescribe any drug you want to help your illness? Why can't he do that? This is about privacy, right? Apparently, Roe v. Wade is not giving you privacy in the doctor's office, is it? I mean, otherwise, marijuana would be legal across the board. Medical marijuana would be legal in every state, right? Patient privacy, right?
Oh, breaking news. Breaking news.
All right.
You ready for this?
Yep.
The Senate has passed the legalization of marijuana 58 to 36.
All right. Federal level?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
We dropped Oklahoma. Tomcat's gone.
So I hope he comes back because I have bad signal out here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I just got an email in saying that, let's see, the Senate voted 36 to pass Bill C-45 to legalize marijuana.
So what does that mean? So where is it legal?
Well, it'll be legal nationwide once it goes through the House.
Oh, wow. Great.
But it's still up to the states. In other words, they're not going to criminalize it on the federal level anymore. In other words, you're not going to have the ATF. You're not going to have the ATF busting your door down because you have marijuana.
Right.
Or the DEA.
Hopefully, some jobs keep to their guns, and you can't be high when you get hired or whatever.
Well, yeah, they're pretty much. Well, you can't drink on the job either.
Yeah, you can't. But I mean, like in the health field, I don't believe that you should be high, especially when you're taking care of people.
When you go home on your own personal time, if you want to fire up a doobie and smoke it, yeah, you can do it.
That's different.
But even in the medical field, if you want to go home and fire up, eat you a Scooby snack, that's all up to you. But even in the medical field, when you come to work, you need to be sober. Yeah. But that's any job.
Yeah, but I always wonder about the whole marijuana thing because a lot of people misunderstand that and, I don't know. Assume you could be like...
I don't think they misunderstand it because a lot of them, you don't have people that's going to drink on the job, too.
No, but you do have people that smoke on the job, and that's the problem.
Yeah, but...
you have people smoke on the job now. Before they even thought about...
Yeah, that's still a company policy, though. They got to deal with them on a company level. Because you still got doctors popping pills, opium.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
With Liberty, you don't have, even with Liberty, you don't have the bad apples, even with Liberty.
Yeah. You there, Joe?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I hope you ain't got to go anywhere after that because I'm going to be delivering.
I'm going to be fueling here shortly.
Well, we're going on break right now.
All right. We'll be back after these messages. Don't everybody smoke up yet. Not legal yet.
Fire one up.
The Liberty National Network.
Where do you want to go to lunch? I'm having a stroke. Did you hear what I said? I'm having a stroke. Why aren't you answering me? I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F. Face drooping. A. Arm weakness. S. Speech difficulty. T. Time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The oldest existing human that we know of is the 5,300-year-old body of a man, frozen in ice, that was uncovered by climbers in the Italian Alps in 1991. His name is Ötzi, the Iceman, and aside from being extremely well preserved, he was remarkable for another reason: the 61 tattoos that adorned his body. For as long as we've been on the planet, humankind has marked their bodies to commemorate important events, imply meaning, or signify value. Everything from a sailor's inscription of a lost lover's name to the tribal markings of indigenous peoples denoting a ceremony or achievement reminds us that using permanent markings can be one of the clearest ways to show what's meaningful to us. As it turns out, we aren't the only ones who do this. God does too. Listen to this powerful verse in Isaiah. See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. That verse is part of a passage where God reminds his people that he has not forgotten them, even during an extended period of captivity. And while the most important part may seem to be the fact that God has engraved or tattooed the name of his people on his body, it's worth considering where that engraving occurs: his hands. A lot has changed in the lives of human beings over the years, but we still use our hands for nearly every daily task imaginable. We look at them hundreds, maybe even thousands of times each day. The implication here is powerful, that our names are never out of God's sight. I want us to think about that. If your own life's commitments were to be written on your hands, what would they be? Work, school, your career? Or would they be the names of people in your life, family members, friends, and those inside or outside of your church community? It's often easy to lose sight of what matters amidst the hustle and bustle of our lives, but I think this verse and the principle it embodies ought to be a powerful reminder to all of us of two things: to put first things first in our lives, and remind us of our Heavenly Father's love for us. I want you to picture his hands right now, the same hands that knit the galaxies together, and then picture your own name, tattooed in his skin. Powerful, isn't it? Our God has marked us into his heart as permanently as ink sets into our skin. We are always in his mind, always in his eyes, and always in his heart. I'm Joseph Tkach, speaking of life.
Hi, I'm Joy, a student at Hillsdale College. Here is President of Hillsdale College, Dr. Larry Arnn, on why the Constitution limits government.
James Madison writes in Federalist 51 that men are not angels. Their passions and self-interest often get the better of their reason and sense of justice. So we need government in order to protect our rights against those who would take them away. But for the same reason, Madison writes, government must be limited, because people in government have passions and interests too. Many Americans today forget this, supposing that we can do away with constitutional limits on government, supposing that the unelected bureaucrats being put in charge of our health care, for example, will rule as if they are angels. If Madison was correct about human nature, this is foolish and dangerous.
This Constitution Minute was brought to you by Hillsdale College. To receive a free pocket Constitution and Declaration, go to constitutionminute.com.
The Oklahoma Tomcat thinks he is a big tough cat, but he is actually as harmless as a kitten. You are listening to Political T&T on the Liberty National Network. If you want to be part of the show, dial 914-338-1906 and then press 1.
All right, welcome back to the show. And what great timing for this next topic, because I'm about to fuel. Is Travis still on with us?
No.
Uh-oh. All right, what you're going to do there, Miss Producer, is you're going to start singing, okay? Paint our people. Now what we'll do is you're going to probably hear some background noise and stuff, but we'll try to make this happen. It's great timing though, because first of all, I do want to make an announcement to everyone. Of course, everyone should already know this, but you do have some people bury their heads in the ground and don't pay attention to what's going on in the United States. Drivers, if you're headed to the East Coast, make sure you understand and know the flow of traffic. All right, because with the hurricane, I think it was yesterday at noon they started the evacuation routing.
Yep.
And that's where they reroute all the traffic, so it's outgoing. So make sure you understand that. Make sure you know what's going on. Pay attention to the weather also. Remember, these strong winds can tip over a tractor trailer even if it's fully loaded. So be careful if you're out there in the East Coast. If you don't have to go out there, by all means, don't. There'll probably be no one to unload your truck anyway. But talk about is New Jersey's tax rate, fuel tax increase, which starts in October 1st. New Jersey is again going to increase the fuel tax because they say that revenues coming in is going too low. Too low, and which I always question that because I don't. A lot of these problems these states have, including Oklahoma, we've talked about on the show with our libertarian candidates before. A lot of the problem is not money coming in; it's money they're spending. And I'm sorry, New Jersey, I doubt very much that you guys have eliminated all wasteful spending. I doubt it very much. But this time they're increasing it 4.3 cents per gallon. That's a huge increase. When you take a look at how much fuel costs. So in other words, New Jersey's probably going to be one of those states where if I ever do go in, which I don't anymore now, I'm regional. But if I ever do go to New Jersey, I'm going to make sure I fuel up before I go into New Jersey. Which I do anyway, because New Jersey is a pain in the butt when it comes to truck stops. There's what you guys need to do. Open up more truck stops. I mean, how many truck stops do you guys have? What? 3 in the whole state? But yeah, they're going to increase fuel tax out there to help with their increase the amount of money coming in, which it's not going to do that because what do you typically do there, Miss Producer, anytime you see price increase on something?
Try to find something cheaper.
Very good. Or you cut back on it, right? I mean, if you can't find cheaper, then you cut back on it. You know, if your electricity rates go up, you try to cut back on your use of electricity, right?
Yeah. I say
Hopefully.
that I will cut back on things. It never works out that way.
Well, that's what most people do. Is they'll cut back on whatever it is that's increased, right? If they can't find an alternative. So therefore, there'll probably be less people driving, or if they're in a state where, I don't know what the neighboring states' fuel taxes are, or what the fuel prices are in the neighboring states, but they may go to neighboring states like Pennsylvania. I don't know about New York. New York's probably just as ridiculous.
They are.
So for us for automobile drivers, this will make it to where the gasoline tax will go from 14.5 cents to 37.5 cents. It's a huge increase.
Yeah, that is.
That's over double.
Crazy.
Yep. For diesel, it goes from 17.5 cents to 36.5 cents.
Wow.
Yep. So, yeah, I see a lot of people trying to avoid New Jersey for fuel. That's for sure. Over doubling. And that's what these states do. I know in Oklahoma we have that problem too. Taxes going up constantly. You know, when they're having problems with budgeting, they say we need to increase taxes. Don't you wish you could do that to your boss, Edith?
Yeah, I would try. In fact, I think I'm gonna start.
Say, hey, I'm having trouble with my home budget. So what I'm going to do is increase my. What I got to do is increase my income. So instead of paying me such and such per hour, I'm now going to charge you. I'm now going to double that. Charge you double. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna post that on Facebook so everybody can see it. I'm gonna do that with my boss because he follows me on Facebook. Yeah, my boss stalks me. I'll tag him on it with a link to the story.
My boss tried to do something slick. She's sometimes she has to do both the hospital and the clinic, you know, and she'll be doing, so she'll call me up and be like, where do you think we should put so-and-so or so-and-so on what floor? And I'll tell her, or I'll say something and whatever, and she'll be like, all I am is the inspector. Oh, she wanted to find out about needle boxes. And I was telling her about the situation, and she's like, "Oh, you know me. I'm just the person that inspects. You're really the boss to this clinic." And I go, "Well, then where is that in my pay?" If you're going to use that title on me, you better be paying me that title.
Yeah. Well, I agree. See, actually, bosses kind of do it the right way, don't they? No, I messed up. No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, back. But actually, the way our employers do it is the way that actually the government should do it. Shouldn't they? They always try to find ways to cut the spending, right? And what's one of the spending they try to cut? Our pay.
Yeah.
Or they'll try double our work, to do the job of several people.
Yeah. That's what they try to do with me.
Say, hey, you know what? We're this person here quit. I heard that happen to somebody. This person here quit, and so what we're going to do is instead of hiring another replacement, we'll have you do their job too.
Yeah, my job does that to a lot of departments. A lot. Yeah, if they're getting rid of a position, they'll put it on someone else, and then that person has more work to do. That's why nothing really gets accomplished over there.
Maybe what New Jersey needs to do is go to an employer and say, hey, we're having a budgeting problem. Teach us what you do when you have a budgeting problem in this company. And you know what? As soon as the employer says you need to cut back on workers, the government will probably leave. Because he knows that with government employee jobs, you got 10 people doing the job that really one person can do.
Yeah, yep. I wish that was that way where I work.
So you want your employer to go to the government and get tips, huh?
Yeah. Even though they should know, because we got a different company running our housekeeping, and they are like the government.
So they went to the government.
Yeah, they did. They're like, how do we do this? Okay. We need 5 more managers? Got it.
Well, that sounds like the Navy. Or actually, pretty much any military, get top heavy. You got thousands of chiefs and only a couple engines.
Yep.
That's how I was getting when I got out of the Navy. Is you had all these petty officers. Go figure. Now I'm a petty officer. All right. Oh, hold on. What? We got 20 petty officers and only one person for us to tell what to do? That's how I was getting.
Oh.
Come on, you stupid computers. All right, there we go. Like I said, I'm trying to fuel up, so Travis picks a bad time to deliver. He should have parked. So what if his dispatcher would have got mad? Hey, why are you parked for?
I'm doing the
show. You should have let me deliver at 7 o'clock this morning when I was able to.
I did my first canning of tomatoes.
Oh, really?
Yep. With the help of Valerie.
Ah.
And a Martha Stewart video, which only showed me part of it because there was certain things that I didn't know. So I had to refer back to a video, which I used Martha Stewart because she's an idol of mine. I don't care if she went to jail, prison, wherever she went. Her and Snoop Dogg. They have their show. Yeah, they have a show. Yep.
Yeah.
Together.
Oh, do they?
So I find that, which I find that very fascinating. I don't get to watch it because I don't know what time it's on, but at least I know that it's out there because I have them on Instagram.
Yeah. So did you actually can the tomatoes, or did you water bath them?
No, I canned them.
Oh, cool.
I did the whole sterilizing the jar and then cooking the tomato down after you peel it and I did the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So you have a canner.
Well, I do, but I didn't have to do it that way. All I had to do is do the boiling of the jars and sealing the jars. Yeah. I do have a canner, but I didn't do it this time.
Yeah, water bathing is when you don't use a canner. You just in which some usually your now of course my wife is the one that can. So all you women listening or guys listening that's into canning and all that, know all this stuff, don't get yelling at me, okay? But from what I understand, and if I'm wrong about this, it wasn't my wife told me. It's just I misunderstood. Okay. I don't want her to get on to me when I get home. But you just you just made me look bad. But from what I understand, if what you're canning, if what you're sealing is acidic, then you can get away with just water bathing. Tomatoes can be water bath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of people
I do have to say it was awesome. My tomatoes are so small that I had to have a bunch of them just to make one jar, which really was sucky. I hated that part, but because I had all these jars, I bought a whole thing of jars. Like, oh, I'm gonna can, and then when I did it, I was like, it only made one.
That's hilarious.
So, yeah, my whole life could be a comedian relief there. I really could. The whole life of mine. Just seen me. I was like all proud. I got all these tomatoes. I'm going to can them, blah, blah, blah. Yep.
Yeah, another thing I got to remember is tomatoes look big when they're the whole tomato, but once you cook them down, they're really not that big after all the water has been gotten out of them. Oh. Yeah,
but it was fun.
That's what my wife does for me on the truck in our attempt to save lots of money because, we can't go to Billy Turner and say, hey, we're going to charge you more for my driving the truck. Since we can't do that, we have to find ways to cut, and one of those ways cut is canning, which is actually very good in multiple ways because it's also a lot healthier.
When I start trapping, I'm gonna do it with the meat too. I'm gonna do it with the.
That would be good. That would be very good.
And another thing is a lot of the animals that we trap, we can also use for the dogs to eat. So that's another plus because dog food is very expensive.
Yes, it is.
And with two big dogs, they go through dog food like crazy.
Yep, and that'll also be healthier for them because a lot of dog foods contain rice and stuff like that, which dogs don't eat.
Right. Well, one of our dogs eat everything.
Yeah, but it's not.
And she does.
Yeah. Yeah, but how many times do you see a wild dog go out in a wheat field and start eating it?
Yeah, I know.
It's not a natural food for them.
No, it's not. It isn't. But they do love oatmeal with butter and sugar.
Oh, eat it. Oh, man.
Well, they do. They love it. I don't feed it on a regular. I don't feed it as a regular, but like for a treat because I do like oatmeal. I put lots of butter in it because they love butter. Anything nasty, they love. So you put lots of butter in it with a little bit of sugar and mix it all together, and it makes their day.
Your dog is a little rat. It's gonna look funny when it's a fat rat. You know that.
Oh! Let me tell you, little George, he don't eat. He's very picky. And there's a lot he won't eat. And if it's not, like, bite-sized, he won't even touch it.
So, in other words, if it's bigger than him, he won't touch it.
Exactly. But see, I got my mastiff is like that. He's very picky. He takes you give him dog food and he'll take little bites like George does. He'll take little bites and he doesn't even finish.
Well, we got 5 minutes left. I got quite a bit of announcements to make about Political T&T. I have made several changes on the website. We kind of kicked Liberty National Network off our website. That we're still running under them, but you won't find their page on our website. But also, I have also included a page that lists all of the podcasts that we have, and another page that also lists all of our sponsors. Plus it also includes the hours that you can catch our live shows, the dates and times. So I encourage everybody to go there. The website is www.ptat.show. That's PTAT as in Papa Tango Alpha Tango, or as Travis and I like to say, PTAT. If you go there, the very first page is going to tell you about us. It's also lists 10 times that our live show is. Then you're also going to see up on there, on the top, you'll see a link for the podcast. And you'll see a list of all the podcasts that carry our show. Just click on any of the images, and it'll take you right straight to our show on there about podcasts. Because we got a lot, and we're increasing on where our podcasts are. We're still on Stitcher. Stitcher is one of our first ones, other than, of course, Blog Talk Radio. Then we're on Spreaker also. We're also on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. And I think there's another one on there too, but I even forget them. So go there, check them out, so that you can catch any of our shows if you missed any of them, or you're just discovering our show and you want to hear more of our shows. Our show is very unique from others, in the fact that we are libertarian, and we broadcast, we give you the up-to-date news and stuff like that, and we give you the libertarian view of that. Travis and I are trying very hard to spread the word about what libertarians are, and that's our main goal here, is to let you guys know we're not some kind of wackos that want to get rid of all the government and everything like that. But also, you'll see on there our sponsors. Our sponsors are help support this show. So I designated a page to list our sponsors where you can go and buy stuff and not only get a good deal. You're hearing about, if you're led to those sponsors through us, a lot of them will give you discounts and stuff like that. But also, you will be supporting the show, and so that's like two good things that you're getting there by doing business through our sponsor. 18 seconds. So, simply putting it, go to www.ptat.show. Check out the website. Find out what podcast we're on, and listen to the one that you like. You got lots of choices. The libertarian way, right? Lots of choices. Y'all have a great day.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find the end button.
Oh, no.
Oh. There it is.